ladies and gentlemen on Facebook. My name is Robert Serrano Jr., and I am the natural born thriller because I'm the natural and I'm born to be the thriller. And if you don't like it, beat it. So what's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to this WWE RAW review, the show from December 11th, 2017. So this will be your WWE RAW review, December 11th, 2017 edition. And for this week's Raw, let's jump right into it. This week's Raw, they were in Cleveland, Ohio. Your commentators were Corey Graves, Michael Cole, and Booker T. So yeah, there's a couple things to talk about on this show, folks. We'll get into that eventually. Especially when it comes to Rich Swann. I'll get to that for those who don't know what's going on with that situation. So the show opened up, late start, by the way, and I'm in the dark doing this because my little brother is actually carrying foot to get up in the, tomorrow morning. We're to get up later on today for. Hold on a second, folks. Let me just do something here. Okay. All right. So yeah, let me my little brother's basically he's sleeping, figure get ready to go to school later on. So that's why I'm doing this late. That's why I'm doing this in the dark. So let's get right into it. So the first hour of Raw, we open up with Samoa Joe. First, they got the commentators basically making a couple of announcements for Raw, which they've been hyping up Braun Strowman versus Kane for later on. We'll get to that later. Which they're calling it the Monstrous main event. They also announced that it's going to be Roman Reigns. Once again, Roman Reigns going for his Intercontinental Championship Open burial, this time against Cesaro, and we'll get to that moment. We'll get to that momentarily too. Also, we got Seth Rollins going up against Sheamus. Dean Ambrose going up against Samoa Joe. That was the announcement that they made for the opening of Raw. So we start off with Samoa Joe coming out there, cutting a promo. A very good promo by Samoa Joe, talking about how he's going to take care of Dean Ambrose. He's also talking about how Roman Reigns, how he beat him numerous of times before. And as this is all going on, he's basically challenging Roman Reigns to come out there on his own. He basically also talked about the Shield, how the Shield has dominated guys like Evolution. I don't remember who else he said, but basically he said how the Shield is running roughshod, and he wants basically Samoa Joe is basically challenging Roman Reigns. So as this was all going on, Seth Rollins was backstage, looking at the monitor, and then the Ambrose walks up, and then Seth Rollins says, "I'll go get the big dog." I think that's what he said. He said the big dog, which is Roman Reigns. That stupid nickname that the way he's got for Roman Reigns. So Samoa Joe continue on cutting his promo. Very good and intense promos from Samoa Joe. He's getting the job. He's getting the job done. He's a real dude. He is the Samoan submission machine. He is Samoa Joe. He is pro wrestling. He is not sports entertainment. So yeah, Samoa Joe was getting it done on the mic. And also we get Roman Reigns spotted backstage, with the Shield, rest of the Shield, watch on the monitor, and then Roman Reigns says, "Roman Reigns, I got this." So then Roman Reigns comes out, he confronts Samoa Joe, and they start fighting. Also, this whole thing with Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns fighting in the ring. Of course, Roman Reigns had to look strong by getting the better of Samoa Joe. So what does WWE do? They set a trap for Roman Reigns, where Samoa Joe led the trap for Roman Reigns as he for him to get jumped. And obviously we get the Bar, which is Sheamus and Cesaro. So they come in, who are the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Bar. They come in to attack Roman Reigns with Samoa Joe, and then that's where Seth Rollins' the Ambrose comes out. You gotta have a member of the Shield to even the odds. But at the end of the day, it didn't matter because Samoa Joe and the Bar, they overpower and came the Shield, basically dominated the Shield, and I loved it. And why do I love it? Here's why. Fuck the Shield. Fuck Roman Reigns. That's why. I don't care if Roman Reigns is in the faction of the Shield. Still fucking think he sucks. Still fucking think he's boring. Still fucking thinks that he's not a very good wrestler or a great wrestler. Triple H. So yeah, Samoa Joe and the Bar, they kicked the Shield's ass, but this doesn't mean anything in the end, because at the end of the day, Roman Reigns is still gonna be book strong, just like the Shield are gonna be book strong. So what does it matter in the end, right? But that was that. Um, so we move on. Mickie James and Bayley being accompanied by Sasha Banks versus Mandy Rose and Paige being accompanied by Sonya Deville. So before the match, Paige starts a curling promo how the Absolution are, it's basically this is the Absolution's house, Sonya Deville starts, I mean, not Sonya Deville, she didn't get to talk yet. Mandy Rose starts talking, I'm like, I don't know what she was talking about, because I was just daydreaming at Mandy Rose because she's so gorgeous. But whatever she said, I'm pretty sure it was, but doesn't mean anything. And then we get Sonya Deville kind of promo by saying to the women that are going to be wrestling against Paige and Mandy Rose, to tell them to pull up your hair and square up. That's her catchphrase that she says on NXT, by the way. Sonya Deville. So we get to the match. Mandy Rose, not very good in the ring, folks. She had a couple of good spots, but the match, to me, it wasn't anything great. It wasn't anything good at all. I thought it was okay at best, but Mandy Rose, she's not that good in the ring. Obviously, she's very good looking and everything, but she's not a very good wrestler, unfortunately. Will she improve down the line? Maybe. If it depends, if she wants to improve, But we'll see how that goes down. But Sonya Deville is again involved in the match, by the way. By the way, Bayley was trying to act all tough. Bayley was trying to show some mean streak and everything. I'm like, yeah, this ain't working. Bayley, you had a chance to show your mean streak before, and you failed. I don't care if WWE was holding you back, or you were told to not to show your extreme side and everything. I don't give a fuck. Bayley had a chance to show how extreme she can be, how she can show a mean streak, and she couldn't even do that. And now she's trying to do it in this match. Nope, nope, fuck it, fuck that. So in the end, we got Paige and Mandy Rose winning the match. Basically, Mickie James went for her, trying to go for a Mickey DDT onto Mandy Rose, but then Paige goes for a kick to, basically a side kick to Mickie James, and Mandy Rose goes for the pin, and there you go. That's the match. Match itself, like I said, was okay. Not anything great. I'll tell you what was great, though. Bray Wyatt, he shows up. He says, "I'm here," and then we get a word broken on the screen, and it starts, and then basically it was a glass breaking or cracking, something. But basically it broke, and it shows Matt Hardy once again behind, with a background, look a blue black background, looking like it's a shower curtain. Last week I was letting it slide, but this week they could have done something better, just do something different. But no, they decided to go with the same old shit again. But at the end of the day, I want to see what Matt Hardy's going to say this time when it comes to this promo. But basically, it says "Woken" in the screen. Basically, the screen broke, and it shows Matt Hardy, and he says, "I have been woken," with his broken accent. And they went to commercial break. After the commercial break, they returned. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy were doing exchange of promos to each other, where they show Bray Wyatt and they start doing his graphic where Bray Wyatt's graphic where it goes show everything that Bray Wyatt, basically the scream effect that Bray Wyatt did they do for him all the time, and and then they show Matt Hardy, like, when it comes to again the word "woken" and the screen breaks, and it shows Matt Hardy. Nothing but a good exchange on the other two. Basically, what they're saying up here was, when it comes to these two exchanging promos to each other, is that they're going to be doing a match pretty soon down the line. It's basically they're setting up the Great War between these two, and Matt Hardy's gonna delete Bray Wyatt, and then and at the end of this segment, Bray Wyatt starts laughing. You know, his Bray Wyatt, the way he was laughing, he started making me laugh, and then Matt Hardy made me laugh extremely way more than Bray Wyatt did, because Matt Hardy he put his laughing with emphasis where he was making it hilarious, and he did. Oh my god, it was just insane. So yeah, another one, another segment that they did with Woken, Matt Hardy, and Bray Wyatt was pretty good. And yeah, I was very entertained with it. But at the same time, that was the only time we saw it though, because they wanted the show to be about Roman Reigns and the Monstrous main event. I'll get to that later. But I mean, if WWE wants to keep us entertained, if WWE will keep us entertained, they could at least done this segment between Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy once every hour. The first hour we got that so far, and I wish they could continue on to the second hour and the third hour. To at least keep us entertained and all that. But they couldn't even do that, which is unfortunate. Enzo Amore backstage with Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak is in the suit. Now, for those who don't know the whole situation with this, Drew Gulak was supposed to wrestle on that earlier on that night, but unfortunately, plans were changed because Rich Swann, for those who don't know, on the Sunday morning, around 12:09 a.m., Rich Swann was arrested. And this is not an angle. This is not a storyline, folks. This is legit. So, for those who don't know the story, Rich Swann was arrested for kidnapping and false imprisonment to his wife. If for those who don't know the story, look it up. I'm not gonna go too long with this, but that's the story. And for that, WWE has suspended indefinitely, basically a suspension to Rich Swann indefinitely. Basically, that's what I'm basically saying. So yeah, so WWE for this week, they decided to have Drew Gulak be on commentary for later on, and then in the second chance fatal four-way match, where who's gonna face Rich Swann? I mean, who's gonna face Drew Gulak for next week's Raw, when it comes to who's gonna become the number one contender against Enzo Amore. So, yeah. So unfortunate, and Rich Swann, fuck man, what the fuck? I can't believe Rich Swann did this. It is what it is, unfortunately. Bottom line, Rich Swann, he fucked up. And whenever he comes back to WWE, after his suspension is lifted, I think he's done. I think he's done after what he did. After he did, he's done. I won't be surprised yet later on that WWE decides to fire him in around 2018. But back to this. So Enzo Amore and Drew Gulak basically discussing about this whole thing with the cruiserweight championship and everything. Also, Enzo Amore has his mind on something, and they start talking about random things like Cedric Alexander, Nia Jax, and then Drew Gulak's like, wait a minute, Nia Jax and all that, like, and yeah, so all of a sudden Drew Gulak says, wait a minute, I know what's going on. He basically was teasing that Nia, that Enzo Amore has a thing for Nia Jax and everything, and he's like, you want me to just stay focused on the main course, basically, because even though Nia Jax is not part of the 205 Live roster, but he wants Drew Gulak to stay focused and stay on his game, basically. And Enzo Amore's like, yeah, you got that, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I don't know whether we'll get to more of that later, by the way, when it comes to Enzo Amore and Drew Gulak. But yeah. So next we get to Finn Balor. He goes up against Finn Balor versus Curtis Axel. And yes, Curtis Axel is 100% this time. He's not. At first he was wearing the neck brace, but then he removed the neck brace. But by the way, Finn Balor versus Curtis Axel, being accompanied by Bo Dallas. And before the match started, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel they came out to do their entrance, and they was basically as they were making the entrance, they were mocking Finn Balor's entrance. You know, Finn Balor coming out there and doing this, and then well, first he was, doing this, fixing up the collar of his jacket, and then doing this, and then start doing this, and they kept doing that. I'm like, what the hell is this? Oh man, I thought that was funny. That Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel was doing that, where they're mocking Finn Balor. So all of a sudden, before the match started, they got in the ring, and Finn Balor was attacked, obviously, before the match started. And referee asked for Finn Balor if he wants to continue. And like, it was not a serious beatdown, so why are you asking Finn Balor? That's the thing I hate about WWE. WWE is feeling like the needs that because the wrestler was attacked before the match started. That a wrestler is just say I can't continue because I got hit, I got punched, I got kicked, whatever, right? That's so stupid. The way they do it. Oh my god, it's so stupid. But whatever. But Finn Balor, of course, he said, yeah, I want to continue. So the match starts, and Finn Balor, he beats him. And by the way, Curtis Axel was saying that his neck was fine and everything. And then also when Finn Balor did the drop kick to basically the run drop kick to Curtis Axel to send him to the turnbuckle. Also, Curtis Axel was sending a neck injury again. So Bo Dallas, he had a neck brace ready for him after the match. So yeah, Balor hits the coup de grace to Curtis Axel, defeats Curtis Axel. By the way, Finn Balor was over with the crowds in Cleveland, Ohio. So, according to Vince McMahon, that means Finn Balor is not over enough. Okay, whatever. Even though the fans were out there, with the signs that says they're a fan of Finn Balor and everything, and Finn Balor was doing the entrance and everything, and he started doing this, and it got the entire crowd doing it too. And got crowds chanting for Finn Balor. But yeah, he's not over enough, right? Okay, whatever. Vince McMahon, he knows what he knows. He knows everything, right? I'm being sarcastic with that, by the way. Mm. But yeah, I thought, but after the match, like I said, Curtis Axel saying that his neck got hurt again, so that's his gimmick now. His neck is always going to be hurt, and he's always going to wear the neck brace. So Bo Dallas put the neck brace on Curtis Axel because he's hurt from his neck again, whatever. I think it's funny though the way they're doing this with Curtis Axel that he's got wearing a neck brace. Also we get Kane coming a promo about how he's going to beat the Monster Among Men in Braun Strowman, and then he's going to go to Royal Rumble to face the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. Yeah, for those who don't know, this whole the Monstrous, the Monstrous main event between Braun Strowman and Kane. Winner of that match gets to face Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble. So forget Finn Balor getting a shot against Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble. We're going to have either Kane or Braun Strowman to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at the Rumble. Well, I'll get to more of that later. So that was the end of hour number 2. I mean, no. We're going into hour number 2. That was the end of hour number 1. Now here's hour number 2. Hour number 2 features Seth Burn It Down Rollins versus Sheamus. Match of Souls was pretty good. Back and forth between both Sheamus and Rollins. Rollins was feeling the knee injury that he was that when it comes to him having a knee knee surgery that he had years ago. Basically, he was on the knee that Sheamus kept targeting and everything. Like I said, good match between these two. But in the end, I knew who was going to win, by the way, based on how the matches that all set up here on the show, where Samoa Joe versus Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns versus Cesaro, and then you get Seth Rollins versus Sheamus. So obviously, one of the members of the Shield has to win, or should I say, two of the members of the Shield has to win. So sure enough, Seth Rollins ends up winning the match. So last week we get Seth Rollins. No, not last week. 2 weeks ago, Seth Rollins defeated Cesaro. And then 2 weeks later, we get Rollins defeating Sheamus. So yeah, but like I said, it was a good match though. But Seth Rollins he won with the, by stealing Kenny Omega's finishing move. But whatever. I don't know I don't remember what they call it though. What for Seth Rollins when it comes to naming that finishing move for Seth Rollins. I know in what comes to Kenny Omega, he calls it the V trigger. But I don't know what they call it for Seth Rollins, but whatever. But yeah, Raw, like I said, Raw's was the match. Very good match. After the match, Dean Ambrose was on backstage watching on the monitor, and then we see Renee Young interviews her husband. Yeah, for those who don't know, for those, I'm pretty sure you all do know, but Renee Young is married to Dean Ambrose. So she interviews Dean Ambrose, and Dean Ambrose is right now he's focusing on Samoa Joe. Basically, the interview was going to be Ambrose's strategy against Samoa Joe, and Ambrose didn't want to reveal that strategy yet because he doesn't want Samoa Joe to know about his strategy to beat the Samoan submission machine in Samoa Joe. So we'll get to that later. Next, we get to the second chance fatal four-way match, where the winner of this match gets to face Drew Gulak next week on Raw to determine who's going to be the number one contender between Drew Gulak and whoever won this match. When it comes to who's going to get a shot against WWE Cruiserweight Champion himself, Enzo Amore. So here are the guys that are getting the second chance in this fatal four-way match: Cedric Alexander, Tony Nese, Mustafa Ali, and Arya Daivari. So these four are competing in this match in the second chance fatal four-way match to who's going to face Drew Gulak next week in the number one contendership match. So Drew Gulak on commentary, and Drew Gulak did an excellent job on commentary, by the way. Just want to point that out. He's a very good talker, so yeah, he's very educated when it comes to cutting promos, to do a play-by-play or be a color type of commentator. He knows how to do his job, so he did a very good job on commentary. Still can't go over the fact that Drew Gulak was wearing Sasha Banks' outfit. But anyways, the match itself, pretty good. They killed it. Even Arya Daivari. I was against Arya Daivari in this match because in my opinion, I feel like it should have been Noam Dar. But Arya Daivari, he held his own in this match too. So I'll give credit due to Arya Daivari here. But of course, he was the least favorite in this match though. Tony Nese was good. Mustafa Ali, amazing. But Cedric Alexander, my God, stupendous athlete in Cedric Alexander. He is unbelievable. Why this guy is not in the scene where he could be a great mid-carder on Raw when it comes to what he should be in the current champion. Look at his work in the ring. Like seriously, Cedric Alexander. He is so good, man. I understand why I don't understand why he's in the cruiserweights. I really don't understand that. Hell, he's better off being on NXT where he could be NXT champion. That's how good Cedric Alexander is in professional wrestling. And it's a shame that he's stuck in the cruiserweight division. That's why Neville is not coming back. That's why Neville is staying away. Because he knows when WWE put him in the cruiserweights, he's going to be stuck there. Just like Austin Aries. Austin Aries was stuck in the cruiserweights. But of course, Austin Aries, he didn't quit by the way. He was released because WWE had nothing for him. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, this match was pretty good. Like I said, very very good match. And in the end, the right guy won. First they teased Arya Daivari winning, where he could have stole Cedric's win onto Mustafa Ali after the lumbar check. But then Tony Nese looked like he was going to win too with the Renee Nese. Basically, we had a lot of false finishes in this match. It was pretty good. Cedric Alexander got killed by Mustafa Ali with that sick ass DDT that he did to him. My God, it was insane. And Cedric Alexander, he basically was taking Mustafa Ali to the limit too. And then in the end, Cedric Alexander hits the lumbar check onto Arya Daivari, which it wasn't that good, but I thought it was decent. Arya Daivari didn't fit into it that well, but Cedric Alexander ends up winning the match. So yeah, so next week you're beginning Drew Gulak versus Cedric Alexander. Winner of that match gets to face Enzo Amore. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on 205 Live. But if WWE is smart enough to have either Drew Gulak or Cedric Alexander to face Enzo Amore on Raw, the next Raw episode, which is gonna be in 2 weeks for the Cruiserweight Championship, that'd be great. But if they waste it on 205 Live, which no one watches it, that's gonna be everyone's loss. But amazing match, folks. To me, best match on the night. Again, the cruiserweights are getting it done. The cruiserweights on Raw are getting it done, and that's all we want for the cruiserweights, is for the WWE to give the cruiserweights a chance to do longer matches, give them all the time they need to showcase what people could be interested to watch on Raw, and that's the cruiserweights. Hell, WCW at the time has done it before. WWE needs to do the exact same thing. Give these guys a chance to perform in a long pacing cruiserweight type of match, and they can get over. And people will get interested to watch more of their matches, and they'll be interested to watch the 205 live. If the WWE gives them that chance, gives them that platform to showcase what they can do. So after the match, we get Troy Caruso interviewing Cedric Alexander after his win. Very good speech for Cedric Alexander. And then he basically talks about Drew Gulak and everything. He said that you're next and everything. So we'll see how that turns out for next week's Monday Night Raw, featuring Drew Gulak versus Cedric Alexander in the No One Contention match against from those two, where whoever wins that match gets to face Enzo Amore for the Cruiserweight Championship. And basically, Cedric Alexander said that he's going to be the next Cruiserweight Champion. I hope he does. Get that belt off Enzo Amore, And basically, I want Cedric Alexander to win. And again, folks, when it comes to Cedric Alexander, he would never got that opportunity if Rich Swann would never did something stupid. Because keep in mind, this was not supposed to be Cedric Alexander's spot. This was supposed to be Rich Swann's spot. But because Rich Swann decided to do something fucking stupid, WWE had to had to call an audible. They had to rewrite everything, and they had to have another black guy to be in the match against Drew Gulak, which is going to be next week. So Cedric Alexander is the right guy to face Drew Gulak. Now originally, like I said, originally it was supposed to be Rich Swann versus Drew Gulak, but Rich Swann fucked that up. But now we're going to get Drew Gulak versus Cedric Alexander, which is good. It continues the storyline between Cedric Alexander and Drew Gulak. For those who didn't watch 205 Live, they did a segment there with Cedric Alexander and Drew Gulak. And not to mention from last week's Raw, where Drew Gulak stole the win from Cedric Alexander last week. So yeah, it makes sense for the WWE to do that, and it wasn't meant to make sense, but because what Rich Swann did, WWE has to make sense for all that situation. So, which is good. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Enzo Amore backstage, he gets confirmed by Drew Gulak, and Drew Gulak was talking about his power presentation, and Enzo Amore also said that Drew Gulak said that Enzo that we're friends and everything, and then Enzo's like, we're not friends. He's like you work for me, and like you're and all that, right? He basically talking down on Drew Gulak and everything, and then he basically going to say something about is one word to describe his power presentation. I mean PowerPoint's presentation, and Drew Gulak says something about I can't remember what word he used. I can't remember. And then all of a sudden, Nia Jax shows up. She shows up, and she confronts Enzo Amore. She has a smile on her face again. And let me just say this: what the fuck is going on with her hair? I mean, she's got the braids on and everything, but if you look at her braids, it's got colorful hairs, yellow, pink, green, blue. What the fuck? What's going on? Why is she doing that? She's going with some weird colors for her hair. From the tip of her hair, with her hair being braided up and everything. Like, what the fuck's going on with her? Why is she? I don't know if that's her or it was WWE wanting her to do that. I don't know. It's weird. I don't get it. But basically, Nia Jax is hitting on Enzo. Enzo is hitting on her back. Basically, they're both flirting with each other. Drew Gulak was still there, by the way. Nia Jax basically pulls over Drew Gulak's PowerPoint presentation, and then Enzo Amore is like, "Yeah, I agree." And like, wait a minute. He first was teasing that he's going to bury the PowerPoint presentation, but now he's agreeing with Nia Jax because he and Nia Jax are a thing now. I don't know, folks. I don't know what's going on here. This is weird. Why also Nia Jax is going to be part of 205 Live? Why also that Nia Jax and Enzo Amore is going to be a couple on WWE television? I don't know. This is weird. Whoever thinks this is going to be great, I don't know. And some people will be like, it's going to be comparable to Eddie Guerrero in China. No, it's never going to be anything like Eddie Guerrero in China. If that's WWE's goal, it's going to fail. because no one's going to care about Enzo Mori and Nia Jax. Holy shit! Like I don't know. But hell, maybe this is a way to get Enzo Mori back on track. Because keep in mind, Enzo Mori has lost a lot of steam because of that promo that he cut from from Manchester, England, which was a couple or weeks ago. I don't remember how long it's been, but I think it was like a month ago. But now this is Enzo Mori's way to get back on that train. You know, no point in there because Enzo Mori is has created the Zol train when it comes to Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, Mustafa, Arya Davari and Noam Dar. So whatever. Roman Reigns Intercontinental Championship Open Burial match against Cesaro. Match itself, pretty good. I'll give credit to it again. Roman Reigns, he did some moves there's one move I never seen him do before. He did very well. I'm trying to remember the name of it. But the rock music before the Macredo, the Mastraya Cradle, something like that. I'm trying to remember how it was pronounced, but that's what Roman Reigns did. Roman Reigns showcases his power, and you hear Michael Cole, look at the power and all that, right? But the match bled into the match that was in hour number 2 bled into hour number 3. Cesaro, obviously he carried the match. Obviously, Cesaro was doing all kinds of incredible moves to war down on Roman Reigns. He's targeting the arm of Roman Reigns, weakening the arm of Roman Reigns. In the end, it didn't matter, big folks, because guess what? Roman Reigns wins again. Moving on. Fuck Roman Reigns. Hour number 3. Yes, that was hour number 2. Now we move into hour number 3. Braun Strowman cuts a promo to Kane that he's gonna because it's gonna be the Monstrous main event between Braun Strowman and Kane. And then Braun Strowman said that he's going to get another opportunity of Brock Lesnar, for the Universal Championship at Royal Rumble, when he beats the Big Red Machine Kane or the Monster Kane, wherever the ways want Kane to be called, whatever. WWE announced that NXT will start at 7:00 p.m. Eastern time. For those who are from the Pacific time, that's like 6:00 p.m. for you. For those who are from the Pacific, the Pacific area, But for the Eastern area, it's 7 p.m. Special time for NXT, because usually for NXT on the WWE network is at 8:00. But because they're on the USA network for that 1 week, which is going to be this week on Wednesday, 7:00 p.m. Eastern time. Can't wait for that show, by the way. NXT is going to get it done. So can't wait for that, and hopefully all you WWE fans, this is your opportunity, your chance to finally watch NXT and to see why it's a big deal. So hopefully y'all give NXT a chance of why NXT is the show to watch, even though it's not going to be a full move to the USA network. It's for this week only. It's going to be on the USA network. But once that's this week's done, this is WWE week, by the way. WWE week means you get Raw on Mondays, which you just watched. For those who did watch, SmackDown on a Tuesday, NXT on a Wednesday, and Thursday, Tribute to the Troops, all on the USA network. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Asuka versus Alicia Fox again. They're going for this match again. Asuka comes out doing her elaborate entrance, that. Alicia Fox, she didn't show up. Instead of Alicia Fox, the Absolution shows up. And Paige gets on mic and says, her ex-bestie, Alicia Fox, what happened to her, and then she's like, let's look on the Titantron. Also, we see Alicia Fox with the referee. Alicia Fox is acting like her arm got hurt. Horrible acting. That acting was so fucking horrible. And the referee was like, you can't go out there and everything to Alicia Fox backstage. Now, if they would have Alicia Fox getting beat down, on the floor somewhere, that would have been fine. But no, she was just standing and holding her arm like, and then she's like, no, I'm fine. Horrible, fucking horrible acting. What the fuck were they thinking? So Absolution, they confront Asuka, and they want Asuka to leave the ring because because the Absolution wants the ring. I thought where they came out there is that they want Asuka to join on the Absolution. That would have been great, but for some reason the Absolution wants the ring. Why? What are they gonna do with the ring? What they're gonna hold the show hostage? That's why they want Asuka to leave the ring. So Asuka, of course, she refused. So what happens? The Absolution they attack Asuka, but Asuka fought back. But then Sonya Deville basically basically she was struggling against Asuka in the fight though. But then Paige gets the upper hand onto Asuka and they start beating her down. Also, we get Sasha Banks music hitting. She runs down, and it's not just Sasha Banks. It's Bayley. So yeah, let me go. Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mickie James. Wait, there's more. Dana Brooke, Alexa Bliss, Alicia Fox. Keep in mind, Alicia Fox was hurt, right? Remember, she was hurt, and all of a sudden she came out there to help. And Nia Jax. Nia Jax. Oh, no, now that we decide to have Nia Jax to be involved. I wonder why is that. Whatever. So yeah, the Raw women's come out to help Asuka. Asuka comes in there. Basically, yeah, they basically Absolution they retreat. And by the way, I gotta point this out. I gotta point one thing out. Mandy Rose, she was alone in the ring, and you got Paige and Sonya Deville trying to get Mandy Rose out of the ring, and you got the entire Raw women's that was trying to lynch Mandy Rose. I'm like, oh my god, poor Mandy Rose. She's so hot and gorgeous and everything. And like they try to rape. It basically the way it looked like they tried to rape her. God, I'm like wow. Just the way it was done. It's like it looked like. Well, I want maybe rephrase that. I'm not gonna use the word rape. They basically try to lynch her. They try to tear her into shreds. So yeah, the Raw women stand tall. They basically they had enough of the Absolution. Alicia Fox was on her arm, like whatever. Fuck off, Alicia Fox. You're fucking horrible in acting. But yeah, that was that segment. Whatever. To me, I thought it was terrible. Kurt Angle was talking to one of the crew members to reconstruct the ring because we're gonna have the Monstrous main event between Braun Strowman and Kane. Also, Jason Jordan shows up and he gets booed. WWE, please turn him heel. Enough is enough with this babyface run for Jason Jordan. Just turn him heel. He's meant to be a heel based on the fans booing him. Just turn him heel already. So Jason Jordan, he shows up. He confronts his dad about he apologized for last week and for barging in and all that in his office, and then Jason Jordan was like complaining after that by saying, why could you have me in the match against Samoa Joe instead of Dean Ambrose? And then he mentioned Stephanie McMahon. I'm like, fuck Stephanie McMahon. She's fucking garbage. She's fucking trash. I don't know why they gotta mention her name. But Jason Jordan said to Kurt Angle, Kurt Angle told Jason Jordan to chill out and everything. You'll get your opportunity, whatever. And Jason Jordan's like, okay. And then he says his name Kurt instead of saying Dad. I'm like, whatever. It was pointless. A completely pointless segment. There was no need for that, anyways. So we get to Dean Ambrose versus Samoa Joe. So before the match started, we also get Jason Jordan. He appears on the ramp. By the way, I should point this out. By the way, Jason Jordan, even though he wasn't wrestling on that night, he's in his ring gear. He's basically in his ring gear, and yet he didn't even wrestle. I hate when WWE does that. So yeah, Jason Jordan he sits on stage, sitting on the chair, watching the match like what Samoa Joe did last week. So as Joe and Ambrose are having this match, I thought the match is still pretty decent, and then Jason Jordan he starts coming down because Samoa Joe dared him to come closer. So Jason Jordan he got involved of the match basically, where Samoa Joe took him out and then Ambrose took him out even though by Ambrose it was accidental, but he was trying to get Samoa Joe and everything. Um, and Ambrose went for the elbow drop onto Samoa Joe from the top rope. While Samoa Joe was standing, and Jesse Jordan tried to get in the ring. Ambrose could have won the match there, but because of that distractions, Samoa Joe couldn't because of the elbow drop from Ambrose from the top rope was gonna end Samoa Joe, right? The way it was done. Stupid. But the way I hate when WWE did that, by the way. Samoa Joe, basically they said, well, Samoa Joe would have lost if Jason Jordan didn't distract the referee. Stupid. So Ambrose gets had the look on his face like he's about to go after Jason Jordan. He went out there to confront Jason Jordan. He shoves Jason Jordan, and then Jason Jordan tried to get him in the belly to belly suplex. An over the head belly to belly suplex. I meant to say. I'm like, oh fuck no, you're gonna cost Samoa Joe the match. But surely Samoa Joe goes for the suicide dive onto to both Ambrose and Jordan before Jordan got hit the move, and wow, nice save there by Joe. And then Joe gets Ambrose back in the ring. Joe goes for the senton drop onto Jason Jordan to take the air out of him. And then Joe gets in the ring. He gets Ambrose in the cold kick clutch, and Ambrose couldn't. He tried to escape from it, but he couldn't. And then Ambrose passes out. Yeah, he didn't tap out, but he passed out. So your winner, Samoa Joe. But the way Samoa Joe won is like Samoa Joe couldn't win on his own. He can't win clean because he's a heel. Fuck that shit, man. That was fucking bullshit. So apparently we're gonna have more attention, more tensions between Samoa Joe and Jason Jordan until WWE decide to have Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe wrestle each other for in that Intercontinental Championship open burial match. Titus O'Neil and basically Titus Worldwide, which is Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews, and they try to induct Dana Brooke into that, and like why? And then also get the Good Brothers, which is Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, and they said something about Taz Worldwide are a bunch of Luke Gallows basically saying nerds, right? And then they're bickering back and forth, and all of a sudden, Braun, and they all ran away. Braun Strowman was basically walking past them because he's going to have hit that monstrous main event match. So before we get to the match, they show a couple of ring crew members, reconstructing the ring, to tighten up the ring and everything, because we're gonna have two monsters wrestle each other in this monstrous main event match that WWE's been calling it all night. So they play a video package of the monstrous main event between Braun Strowman and Kane. Same thing, the same video package that they did last week. And then they did the tail of the tape. Between Braun Strowman and Kane. Then we get Braun Strowman coming out, and then Kane comes out. And keep in mind, the winner of this main event match, this monstrous main event match between Braun Strowman and Kane, the winner of this match will face the Universal Champion at the Royal Rumble, and the Universal Champion is Brock Lesnar. So the match starts. The match was pretty, I thought it was good. I thought it was gonna be terrible, but I was given a chance to see if it was gonna be anything good, and it was. I thought in my opinion, I thought it was a very good match. And then they start wrestling. Basically, Kane with 2 choke slams on Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman with 1 choke slam to Kane. I also want to point out, by the way, that Michael Cole was like, "Oh, Braun Strowman kicked out of Kane's choke slam." I'm like, big fucking deal. Everyone's kicked out of Kane's choke slam before. Stupid. But they start fighting outside the ring. They fight into the crowd, and all of a sudden, Braun Strowman, charges at Kane, and broke the parts of the barrier, the barricade, I meant to say. And then all of a sudden, the referee gives both Kane and Braun Strowman a double countout. So none of them goes to Royal Rumble to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. And then WWE have Corey Graves that sounds stupid on commentary saying that, but what's gonna happen now? What comes to Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble? Who's gonna face? I'm like, oh my god, they made Corey Graves sound so stupid the way they had him talk about that. But after the match was over, two of these monsters, these monstrous men starts, they continue to fight. They both got steel steps, They both yeah, a double collider to the steel steps to each other, and both of them dropped the steel steps. Both Strowman got in the table into the ring. Kane got a steel chair. He started wailing on Braun Strowman, and then Kane, after he laid his couple of chairs off to Strowman, Kane lost his balance and he fell down. Oh my God, Kane. I love you, Kane. You know, Glenn Jacobs, you know, playing Kane all these years. I love you, man. I respect you, what you did for the wrestling business, especially when it comes to WWE. But please retire. You're done. You can't do this anymore. Have a role backstage as an agent or something. Please retire. After seeing Kane fall down like that, please retire, Kane. Retire. Go into the Hall of Fame. You're a well-deserved Hall of Famer. But you're done, Kane. Stop wrestling. Just retire. You got nothing to prove. You have nothing else to prove anymore. There's nothing else for you to prove anymore, Kane. But then, sure enough, Kane and Strowman, they do a double close onto each other, and then they both were laid out like they were dead. Kane sat up, like he always does, you know, shades of the Undertaker. And then Braun Strowman sat up, and he starts turning his head like this. You know, look at Kane. Kane was backing up into the corner. Kane tries to charge at Strowman, and then Strowman overpowers him. Strowman gets him the right power slam through the table, and that's how the show ends, with Braun Strowman standing tall. And that was the end of Raw. Before I end the show, the amount of wrestling for WWE RAW for the December 11th, 2017 edition was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. Total amount of wrestling for Monday Night Raw for the December 11th, 2017 edition, 7 matches. Unbelievable. When it comes to hour number 1, the amount of wrestling was 2. For wrestling hour number 2, the amount of wrestling was 3. And the amount of wrestling for hour number 3, 2, because one match didn't actually happen. You know, that one match was supposed to be Asuka and Alicia Fox, but that didn't happen because, you know, Alicia Fox was pretending that she got hurt by the absolution on her arm. Oh, great acting, Alicia Fox. That was very great acting. Even though you came out there later to help out the rest of the Raw women to be up on absolution. Stupid. But yeah, the total amount of wrestling for the show of Raw, for December 11th, 2017 edition, 7 matches. Awesome. So, my overall showing for WWE RAW, the December 11th, 2017 edition, I'm gonna go 6.5 out of 10. Basically 6.5 out of 10. But yeah, get what I mean there. So yeah, good show. In my opinion, I thought it was a good show. If any of you disagree, let me know in the comments below. Speaking of other comments, let me see who wrote a comment here. I saw a comment earlier. Or let me see. I think I might have sex while watching this. Shout out to you, Remington. Shout out to you, man. All right, man, but make sure you don't pull a muscle while you're doing it too. I'm kidding, man. Remington, I'm kidding. So yeah, there you go, folks. That was your WWE Raw review, the December 11th, 2017 edition. Hope you had a good time watching this. If it's your first time watching this, as Robert Serrano Jr., the Natural Born Thriller, make sure you hit that subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more of my recent contents here. If you like this video, by the way, if you like this video that I'm doing, give this a like. If you don't like it, give it a dislike. The choice is yours. So that being said, thank you all for watching. You all take care. Have a good night. Peace on the streets. I'll talk to you all soon when it comes to later on for the SmackDown and 205 Live review right here on YouTube. So you all have a good night. Take care. But for now, I'm out. For this was your WWE RAW review, December 11, 2017 edition. From yours truly, Robert Serrano Jr., the natural born killer. And if you don't like it, beat it. Take care.